make some money off of it.
Time is it?
7:26.
26.
No motion to go back into regular session at 7:26.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? All right, we're back in regular session. Next on the agenda is the Lincoln County Comprehensive Public Nuisance Investigation Abatement Ordinance. I'd like to offer, there's some basically non-substantive grammar and punctuation changes to this ordinance that I'd like to make prior to us voting on whether to enact it or not. I would like a motion, by the way, in our executive session, we did not enact any or move on any type of legal issue. But I will ask for a motion that the proposed Lincoln County Comprehensive Public Nuisance Investigation and Abatement Ordinance be amended to reflect and contain the following non-substantive grammar and punctuation changes. To insert is after the word hereby in paragraph beginning with now, comma, therefore on page 2 of the proposed ordinance. Section 28, effective date of the proposed ordinance being amended to read and include in its entirety, the ordinance of Lincoln County, West Virginia shall become effective on the 17th day of March 2017, and that the phrase by majority vote with a quorum present voting be inserted into the enacting declaration on page 46 of the proposed ordinance. Do I have a motion to that effect?
So moved.
And I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Is that 2-0 or 3-0?
I voted nay.
Voted nay.
All right, that, so that one passed. The next is amendment to proposed ordinance 17-1, that the proposed Lincoln County Comprehensive Public Nuisance Investigation and Abatement Ordinance be amended to replace the term enforcement agency everywhere it appears in the proposed ordinance with the term Lincoln County Code Enforcement Agency. Is there a motion?
So moved.
And I'll second that. All those in favor say aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Next, I need a motion that the proposed Lincoln County Comprehensive Public Nuisance Investigation and Abatement Ordinance be amended to replace the term county administrator everywhere it appears in the proposed ordinance with the term chief administrative officer. Is there a motion?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
No?
No.
That passes. I move that since all amendments to the proposed ordinance adopted today are technical in nature and do not affect any substantive rights, remedies, or obligations addressed, created, recognized, or imposed by the proposed ordinance, the Commission now proceed to consider adoption of the proposed ordinance as amended today and without submitting the amended proposed ordinance to any further period of public review. So I motion that.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
This motion having been duly approved and adopted by the Lincoln County Commission, the proposed ordinance as amended may proceed to be considered for adoption at this meeting of the Lincoln County Commission without a submission of amended proposed ordinance to any further period of public comment. At this time, I'll ask if there's any motion on acceptance of the Lincoln County Comprehensive Public Nuisance Investigation and Abatement Ordinance.
So moved.
And I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And you know?
No.
Okay, next, I would like to say, first of all, that we appreciate the comments we received today, and that there's in no way that this is a regulatory body as far as this ordinance is concerned. We're not looking to regulate industry. We're not looking to affect industry. We just want to make sure that we have the power to act in case of a public nuisance. And I want to reassure all those here that that's the purpose of this. This is not to regulate farms. It's not to regulate oil and gas and things of that nature. I have a resolution here I'd like to offer to the Commission for the retention and appointment of environmental and public health protection legal counsel for West Virginia at no cost to the county. Is there a motion?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The next resolution is to employ Dr. Scott Simonton, PE, PhD, a professional engineer in West Virginia, as one of our as lead investigator of any actions that we may take in the future. Is there a motion?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
No.
And I would like to say that we are going to address in writing those concerns that you all have as far as those things that were brought up in our public meeting. And as soon as those are available, we will get those to those people that were concerned about how it might affect the particular questions that you have. Anything else? All right, I'm going to move on to Alexis Smith with Region 2 regarding revised drawdown.
This is the second revised drawdown. We ran into some issues with the direct and indirect costs and how they were broken down in the first two draws. They wanted us to go back and fix those for the professional services, and so we did. For some reason, on the last one, they rejected our invoices because they said that they needed more documentation for the indirect fees. And hopefully later this month, we'll be able to get some more information on what that requires. But this draw is strictly for the professional services, and hopefully they'll accept this one this time. So it's in the amount of $81,857.74. 11 invoices from Griffith and Associates in the amount of $18,368.24 for accounting.
Did you give those numbers again?
All of them? Okay, so the total is $81,857.74. And there are 11 invoices from Griffith and Associates for $18,368.84 for accounting services. One invoice from Flora Law Offices in the amount of $6,265 for legal services. One invoice from the Mountain State Centers for Assisted Living for $592.74. And E.L. Robinson in the amount of $60,000. Like I said, these cover from, around October all the way through now, and this is just for the professional services up till now.
This is different than what we approved already, that we paid Region 2 and things.
This is, none of, the last two drawdowns that were brought here were not paid because they were not approved by the development office. Because new regulations had the other professional services they had to incorporate direct versus indirect costs, and so we submitted the drawdown last time with those guidelines, but they still rejected the admin portion, so our portion. So we withheld the Region 2 invoices, but we really want to get the professional services paid. So we're just going to go ahead and do the professional services, because Todd has already signed off on those. And then we'll get you our invoices at some point, once we get more of the guidelines about what they're expecting. Because this is a relatively new regulation. We've always had to specify in our invoices whether they're direct costs or indirect costs, but they are looking for something more specific, and not just Region 2, but all the regional councils in West Virginia are going through this with the development office right now because they want to, I guess, streamline it and make sure that every regional council presents the invoice the same way, which makes sense. But this one is all the professional services from last time. Just
Well, that's what I want to make sure of. We're not approving paying the client. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
no.
So,
Yeah.
Do I have a motion to approve the drawdown request as presented by Alexis Smith?
I so moved.
I'll second.
Is that all? Yes.
Yes.
It's the first 3 pages.
You can get a copy of this too.
Also, Also, I'll need an updated letterhead. I realize that ours are out of date too. So if you can get that to me.
Is there just that one place to sign?
There's the third page. There, no. So you'll have to sign the bottom there, yeah. And then you'll sign the front on the letter. I ran out of the sticky notes this morning.
I was gonna say, that really helps me a lot.
I'm sorry. I'll make sure to get those on there next time.
Is that all?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Okay, next on the agenda is the public defender lease agreement. Mary, where are we at with that?
Well, it's in there. Jackie looked it over. Said it was okay to him, so unless y'all had an issue with, if you wanted to wait or you had a difference on price or something.
Is that for Lower Country?
That's a big read on 1,000. Well, we can do it for a year, I mean, 'cause, that's when we're gonna absorb the additional cost of renovating and things like that.
Yeah, I think their lease agreement where they're at in Madison is $1,500. I thought $1,000 was, that's kind of what we need to talk about. I think $1,000.
Well, it's really hard to know, exact costs of the renovations and things. I did go over there with Randy, we got square footage and where things, and I still would like to get it down. I told Mary to get it down on paper exactly what they wanted until we started. But, I don't have, if Jackie doesn't have any problems with this, I don't either. So is there a, do you want to negotiate that price or not? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the public defender lease agreement as presented?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is the amount for public consumption? How much?
It's $1,000.
Thousand a month. Thank you.
All those in favor, aye?
And that, the $1,000 does not, they have to,
They pay their
they
telephone
pay the
and
telephone and
internet.
internet.
And when will they move in?
I think as soon as the renovations
Yeah.
get complete.
Thank you.
Yeah, what we're trying to do now is get it down on paper exactly what they want before we get anybody in there.
Okay.
Okay, there's no unfinished business. Okay, have you had a chance to look at the new business? Do you have any questions or changes that need to be made?
Right.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the new business as presented.
So moved.
In a second. All those in favor say aye. Motion's passed. Any open discussion, Commissioner Matthews? Commissioner Hart? I just want to take a minute to say that I've asked Mary to look into the costs and how to put in a time clock, so our employees can clock in and out when they get to work, and we can monitor that better. One of the things I was posed with one time in a deposition was, as a president of the commission, I had a fiduciary responsibility to monitor the time and things of that nature, which I'm not here every day, so that makes that really hard to do. But I think in trying to do this, if we can do it, I think it'll give us a better idea of who's here and who's not here, and when they come and when they go, and I think that's better use of the taxpayers' money that way. So I want to be, if it's okay with the commission, we'll be getting that information together, and I'll share it with the commission when it comes available. Anything else?
For all employees of all departments.
Well, that's what we're checking into now to see how, because I know when I first got here, we had back 17 years ago, we did have a time clock in the county clerk's office that everybody checked in and out.
Okay.
My employees check in those.
Yeah, we're gonna try to see about doing it for all, just so we can keep monitoring stuff. And I don't know which departments would be affected or not, because we have to check into other things as far as, people that are civil servants and things like that, whether they can be company council. If there be nothing else, I'll ask for a motion. We adjourn. Yeah, sure.
Did that HUD permit go through or not for Lower Metro?
I haven't heard anything else since I talked last about it, when I talked with Senator Capito and Jenkins people. I haven't heard anything different and haven't had any response back from them. So as soon as anything we get on that, I'm gonna have Mary copy it to you so you know that. Okay?
Yogi said he's gonna talk to him again.
The mansions people again tomorrow. He told me it'd be about 2 weeks from the first time I talked to him.
Okay, good, because I haven't heard
This is the
anything
second week.
from Senator Senator Manchin's people, so.
I was supposed to talk to him tomorrow.
All right, Sounds good, thank you, appreciate that. And I appreciate the help you had in delivering those letters and things like that, that really helps us out a lot there. Okay, if there's nothing else, I ask for a motion to adjourn to when?
April sixth at 6 p.m.
Is there a motion?
So look.
Second.
All right, we stand adjourned, thank you all, I appreciate it, sorry.